Thank you so much. Good evening once again, and welcome to day 2 of our 14 days goal setting masterclasses. And today we are going to be looking at our vision, mission, and purpose statement. Yesterday we had a general introduction about the mastermind, legacy mastermind, and all the different aspects of our lives that we're going to be setting goals in, and why you should be a part of a mastermind, a part of a community. And the profound lesson that came out from that yesterday's class was, don't do 2024 alone. So before I rush into our lesson, let me read a few more comments. Chukuma said, to be successful, we need to follow the footprint of those who have walked the path. Absolutely. Lumina said, my legacy is every life I touch, either positively or negatively. And that is just the truth, because it's not just the good things. There are some bad people that have left some legacy. When you hear about a name, like Adolf Hitler or Osama bin Laden, we don't hear good things about them. I'm sure the family members can say a lot of good things. People close to him can say a lot of good things, but they've left this legacy of negativity. So we can actually leave a legacy of negativity. So it's not just, we should just be intentional about the legacy that we want to leave. And Joanne said, Joanne is from Lagos, and she learned that legacy is every life you touch. Now, before I go into this message, I want to share a very brief story from a biography that I read and I love. It's the biography of, what's the name of this man? The name just skipped my mind. Is the biography of, I have a series of biographies here, so let me, the way that he was able to change his legacy. This is one of my favorite biographies, but I wonder, Alfred Nobel. How many of you, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about the Nobel Peace Prize. So Alfred Nobel was a very successful businessman, and he specialized in making chemicals that he used to make guns and bombs, all those dynamite stuff. That was what gave him his money, and he was making a lot of money. So I think one summer, one holiday, his brother, Alfred Nobel's brother, traveled to France, I think, to another country, and while he was there, he died. And the press in that country thought it was Alfred Nobel that died. And they put on the cover page of their newspaper magazine, and guess what they put? The merchant of death is dead. That was how they put it. The merchant of death is dead. They now went on to made his money through killing a lot of people, finding ways to kill a lot of people, that he's dead. You can imagine his shock when he saw the newspaper publication and what people thought about him. He wasn't happy at all. And from that moment, he made up his mind he was going to change his legacy. That was how he opened a nonprofit and put a trust fund of over $250 million into that trust fund. And they started the Nobel Peace Prize, recognizing different people and different people's accomplishments in different areas, arts, science, all those things. And that was how he was able to turn his legacy around. Now, when you talk about Alfred Nobel or you think about Nobel Prize, you only think about the good thing, not the bad thing. He was intentional about turning his legacy. he was very, very fortunate that he got that opportunity. A lot of people don't, but we are not part of those people because we are here and we are being intentional. So we'll get into the work for today. I had my workbook printed out. I don't know how many of you have yours. So we have these two options of printing out, downloading your worksheet daily, or you can just pay 2,000 naira only and print out the entire workbook. You will have the workbook, you just print it out, bind it, and have it. So I didn't just do mine. I didn't just print. I printed in A4 size so that I'll be able to write. It will be so bold. So, like I said, it's going to be practicals, and I hope you have your pens and your worksheets because we are going to be writing here and now. It's not the one that you say, okay, I'll do it later, and then you forget. We are going to just have out this time that we are here on this call and do it immediately. And I'll be working on this as well. I've done this before, but I want to do it again together with all of us. So exercise 1 is on personal vision, mission, and purpose. If you're joining us for the first time, my name is Ogo Obueli, and I am an inspirational author, speaker, and coach. I love inspirational. It's very intentional that inspirational is there. I love inspiring people, and we don't just inspire, we equip. And what we're doing here is one of our ways of giving out this value, inspiring and equipping people. So I hope we all have this so that we can go on. And I'll be your guide, your coach in this remaining 13 days as we set goals in these critical areas of our lives. Today, we are dealing with foundation. Before you can build a house, there is always a foundation. So, personal vision, mission, and purpose. What is vision? Vision, in simple terms, is a picture of what you want to see in your life in the future. Is a picture of a preferred future, a picture of your ideal future, what you want to see. So ask yourself, what do I see at age 80? So let's say you're 80 years old. Today is your 80th birthday. I know some people don't think that far, but today is your 80th birthday. What do you have around you? What have you accomplished? Who are the people around you? How are you celebrating? A picture of a preferred future, a picture of your ideal future. That is vision. It's not now, it's long term. And the truth is that everybody does have a vision. It's just that most people don't define it. They don't think it's important enough to define it. And once a thing is not defined, there is no intentionality. And the possibility of it happening is, on a low side. Now, after the vision, there is a mission. What is your mission? Everybody has a life mission. Your mission is really how can you accomplish the vision? What are the things that you need to do to accomplish the vision? That is your mission. The things that you need to do to accomplish this vision. So there is a vision, there is a big picture, and then the mission is the steps, the things that you need to do to get to this big picture. Now there is also the purpose. The purpose should actually come first because everything has a purpose. You have a purpose. All these things are already settled. When you came here on the earth, when God released your spirit man into that, baby in the body, in the womb, you came here on purpose. If you look around you, just take a moment, look around you, the room where you're at right now. If you're in the car, just look around you. Every single thing that you see has a purpose. Everything, both living and non-living. Everything. Like on my table, there are so many things on my table. There is a pen, there is a phone, there is an eye drop, there are books. If I look around, I have my water bottle. I have so many other things. And then if I look around the room, there are so many things. There's a chair, there's the fan, there's the AC. There are so many things. And each and every, single thing that I just mentioned that I can see with my eyes has a purpose. How much more a human being created in God's image? We all have a purpose. Before you were born, there was a purpose. You were sent right down here on an assignment to do something, to accomplish something. Before the person that made this water bottle, before the thing became physical like this, there was a conception, there was an idea, there was a purpose for it. Okay, let's make something that people can pour their water and carry about. They can suck it. There's a straw and it's 2 liters, so they can fill it up and drink it the whole day. That was the purpose before they took that idea to the factory to produce this. God had a purpose for you before he allowed you to come into the world through your parents. So that one is established. Everybody has a purpose. And we need to find out that purpose. I always say, each and every one of us, we are a piece of jigsaw in God's big picture. Let's call it a body. We are a part of a body. So let's say that, okay, this whole world is a human body. What part are you? Every part has an assignment. Every part is important. That is how important you are as a person. Because people say, oh, I don't know my purpose. I don't know my purpose. It is in there. It is in there. It is within you. And the truth is that the pointers and indicators of your purpose are things that come to you natural and effortless. God is not a bad God that you will now put your purpose and hide it so that you cannot find it. It's not that kind of person. You are already exhibiting some things that will point you to what you're here to do. God is that amazing. And that is why, in parenting, one of the major things that you can do for your children is to observe your children. That is one of the key, as in one of the job a parent, whether mom or dad, that's one of your job, to observe your children. Because when children are small, they naturally exhibit their talents, their, God-given potential. They naturally exhibit it. It's when they grow up that we start shutting them down. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do this. No, you must study medicine. You must do this one. You must do this one. You start putting restrictions on them. And all of a sudden, all that gift and creativity just dies. So back to us. I want one of the major things for you to take away today is that you have a purpose and you are very important. I am very important in this world. It's not just about, church. In this world, for this world that we're living in to function well, I am important. I have something to contribute. Just the way that you fix up that jigsaw and you notice some missing pieces. If you play puzzle, you understand what I mean, whether digital or, physical puzzle. If one piece is missing, that picture is not complete. Even if you have all of the other pieces in place, if one is missing, that picture is not complete. That's how important every piece is. That's how we are. Just like a human body. If one part of your body is missing, the body is not complete. It's not okay. Let's even take this example. Would you rather lose a kidney or an eye? Which one is more important? Or lose an ear or a leg? Or lose a finger or your small intestine? Which one is more important? Which one will you pick and leave the other one? Which one? That is how important every single part of the body is. That is how important you are. And the reason why you see some people that they call, okay, these people are disabled because they've lost a part of their body and they are not complete. They are because they've lost a part of their body and they are not whole. They are not whole. That is what happens when we don't bring in our gifts and bring it to the table to serve our world, because we all have something to offer. So I know that I am jumping on this particular one too much, but it is so important because it is the foundation. From there, when you have, been able to identify, that is the word. Because some people are saying, oh, I'm trying to find my purpose, and they are looking out. They are looking out there. Oh, how do I find my purpose? It's within you. You have to look inward, turn the searching to inward, to discovery. And I also mentioned some of the pointers. There are things that you're already doing naturally. These are pointers. For instance, for me, growing up, I've always loved to share information. If I know something, I always love to share it. I know some people might think it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't mean anything. I always love to share information. And when I was in school and I started, getting a little money, for pocket money and all those things, guess what I was doing with my pocket money? You just think that this student is crazy. If I read a book and I liked the book and it inspired me, I'll go and buy extra copies and give away to my friends so that they can read and be inspired. And if I don't have money, I'll go and photocopy the parts that I thought, oh, this place is very important. I'll go and photocopy it and I'll be giving it to my friends. It got to a point that I even made a publication in school. I printed a newspaper or magazine in school. I was distributing it. I've always loved to do this thing. So what are those things that nobody will pay you for? I was giving it away with my own pocket money. Students, my fellow students, I was giving it away. So what are those things that come to you effortlessly? You can do it without being paid. You can wake up in the sleep and you're happy to do it, But one thing that you have to know is that it is all geared towards serving humanity, serving people, service to humanity. Whether you're a nurse at heart. I have a sister that is a nurse at heart. It's all service, or you're a teacher, or you even sell clothes, you're good with fashion, or you're good with cooking. It's all about service and serving humanity, whatever it is. How you know that one litmus test is that it's all about service. It's not about you alone. It's about serving. And in that service, you too, you'll be blessed, because the person that is watering will be watered. So let's get into it. And I'm sure that in the next 15 minutes that we will be through. So if I'm to go to the notes, personal life vision. So crafting your life vision, mission, and purpose statement can help you set clear goals and direction for your life. You need to know all these things before you can begin to set goals. Because when you have a big picture, then you can know the things that you need to go along with you. So your vision statement describes what you want to achieve or become in the future. It's like a mental picture. It's like a mental picture of your ideal life. To create your personal life vision statement, ask yourself questions like, what do I aspire to accomplish in the long run? It's about thinking long term. We are not so good with thinking long term. It's about thinking long term. What do I aspire to accomplish in the long term? The example we have here is, my vision is to live a balanced and fulfilled life where I can make a positive impact on others and continuously grow in all areas of my life. That is an example. But if I should use my own personal life vision, my personal life vision is to see a world of inspired African children, inspired and equipped African children, transforming their world with creativity and innovation. I want to see that world. And then that leads to the mission. What is your mission? Your mission is how you intend to fulfill this vision. How are you going to fulfill the vision? That is the mission. So your mission statement outlines what you will do to achieve your vision. It reflects your values and the actions you will take to fulfill your vision. So when crafting your personal life mission statement, consider what you believe in and what you are passionate about. Example, the example we have in the worksheet. My mission is to inspire and empower others through personal development, resource creation, distribution, and mentorship, while continually seeking personal and professional development. This is also in line with my own personal mission. How do I intend to achieve this world of empowered and inspired African children, transforming their world with creativity and innovation? How? By creating personal development resources, by providing mentorship, by creating platforms where these children can come in to be mentored, to be inspired. That is why, we do some of the things that we do. How you intend to fulfill your vision is your mission. And when you go to organizations are doing all right, you always see them, they post their vision, their mission, and their values. They always, paste it somewhere that everybody can see. Why do they do that thing? Because they want to let everybody in on it. That is how important it is, because that is what guides everything they do. You'll be able to know where they are, what they are doing, why they are doing it, and where they are going. And then the values will tell you the things that are important to them, those attributes that they can't do without as an organization. That is how we should have it as individuals. You should have a personal life vision. You should know where you're going to. In fact, if I even want to get into this, we will not leave this class today. If you're a single person and you're on this call and you're a single person, this is one of the best things you can do for yourself. Know where you're going before you can get involved with anybody. Because the reason why, there's a problem in many homes and marriages is because people, individuals, they've not identified their life vision and their mission and their values. And then they get into a relationship with somebody else. And then they discover that we don't have the same values. We don't want the same things. We don't like the same things. You're a career person. He wants a stay-home wife. You are a stay-home wife. He wants a career person, like conflicting values. But if you take your time to know where you're going, then you will know who to go with. We talked about this yesterday. You're going to Abuja. You don't need to go to Enugu Park or to go to the check-in, where Enugu or Asaba is checking in at the airport. You just go to Abuja, where they're checking in Abuja, and you see the people going to Abuja, and everybody's happy. You enter the flight together, you fly together. So that's the difference between successful relationships and marriages and unsuccessful ones. Conflict of values, conflict of vision. So if you're married, you're on this call and I'm saying this and you're like, okay, what about us that are married? How about us? There is still a way to, respect each other's vision and value and still come together. There is always that connecting path. And with mutual love and respect, even two people that do not agree can still work together. It's just that they may not just be going to the same place at the time. You might just have to follow this person to Abuja, and then you now enter again to Asaba. You know, you have to now follow and go to places that you don't want to go to. But with mutual love and respect, it can be accomplished. So let's go back to the last one is the purpose statement. And after this, we'll now turn to the other leaf and begin to write. Your purpose statement explains why you want to achieve your vision and how it aligns with your values. It's actually knowing your place, why you are here, and how you can be able to move in that direction. Because your purpose is already set. You cannot come and start looking for your purpose. Like right now, the phone is wondering, what is my purpose? You've already been created. You're already here. You have a purpose. It's just for you to discover it. And you need to look inward, not outward. The manufacturer is God. And when I say look inward, God is living inside you. It is God that is inside you that will help you to be able to see it, because God is in you. Even though that when we pray, we lift up our hand, we are actually meant to bend our head and talk, because God is inside us. He's the one that will tell us all of these things. So my purpose is to use my creativity and compassion to bring joy and positive change to the lives of those around me, leaving a legacy of kindness and resilience. So once you know these things, you define them and then you write them down. Once it's written down, it's not just enough to write it. You write it and you frame it. I have mine. I'm looking at mine here framed. My life goal, my life vision, my mission, my values, and anything that I want to do, I pass it through this thing. Does it align with my vision? You will not just be making anyhow mistake. It's not every opportunity that comes that is for you. You're going to, I'll keep talking about people that are traveling, because this is a journey. You're going to Asaba now, and then somebody comes with free ride. Said, I'm going to Kabanchan. I say, oh, free ride, you jump in. That's what happens with some marriages. You jump in, to carry you to, you don't have it. When you know where you're going, you will just tell, oh, no. It's not even a temptation. It's not a temptation, because you know where you're going. So that is why it's so important. It will also influence the kind of courses that you study in the university. It will influence, if you're a young person, it will influence the job, the kind of job that you do. It will influence the kind of relationships that you keep. It will influence the kind of network you put yourself in. It will influence the kind of person that you marry. Most importantly, because you can just get into one relationship and everything is gone. You are just tied. You can't do anything. You'll be unfulfilled. You'll be unhappy. You'll be depressed, because you just entered inside that free ride without purpose. So in the next 5 minutes, let us begin to write down our personal life vision. If you downloaded the worksheet and printed it out, it's here. That's why I encourage you. If you can get this book, print it out and use it. And just, create this thing. This is a life plan. Create it. By the end of the 14 days, you would have had the opportunity to create a life plan that you can follow. So in the next 5 minutes, I'll put my video on pause. Let us answer the question, what is your personal life vision? From all that you've learned, write it down, what your vision is. You can write in pencil better, so that you can have room to make corrections. And then after 5 minutes, we'll come back and we'll take the next one. So I just want to encourage us to, let's do this on this call, because you might say, well, I'll do it later. And this call is over. and you forget it. This is our life we are building right now. All right. 5 minutes and we'll be back. It's 8:35. We'll be back in 8:40. So if you don't have the guidebook or the worksheet, you can just write in your journal. You can write in your journal, but the good thing about the worksheets that we provided is that it's guided. You see examples, it's explained in simple terms so that you can be able to understand better. So if we've done the first one, I think 5 minutes is too long, don't you think? Let's go on to the next one. We'll do this in 2 minutes. I'll come back in 8:40. The personal life mission. How are you going to accomplish this vision that you just stated right now? What are the things that you need to do? Okay, so let's just go over to the last one, which is the purpose statement. Why do you want to achieve your vision? How does it align with your passions, your values? What impact do you want to have on the world? Why do you think that you're here? In summary, why do you think that you're here? For me, I believe that I'm here to help inspire change. It's not an accident that I was born in Nigeria and Africa. I know a lot of people are, oh, why did they give birth to me in Africa? Why did they give birth to me in Nigeria? It's not an accident that you're even living where you're living right now. It's not an accident that we're Africans. God put something in us that Africa needs. And the earlier we own that thing, the better. The earlier we own it and begin to work in it, the better. There is no room for mediocrity. There is no room for low self-esteem. Oh, who am I to do this? Imagine your eye saying, who am I to see? Oh, I'm so shy. I don't want to bring myself out. Everybody is important. Everybody has a purpose. So why are you here? Write it as a statement. One of my purpose is to inspire change through mind transformation. So let's do it for another 2 minutes, then we'll round up. Okay, so as we are rounding up, take some time to, do more reflection. Go back and reflect on the things that you've written. It's not a must that you get it right the first time. There's always room, to reflect and adjust and improve. So, but I want to leave us on this note. If we are able to get to the place where we understand our importance and our value as a person, that you as a person, you are important. You are a part of a body. See yourself as part of the body. After you've asked yourself the question of which part is more important, is it the hand or the leg, or the nose or the eye, or the liver or the heart or the kidney or the blood vessels or the arteries? By the time you ask yourself which is more important, then you know how important you are as a person and how important you are as an individual living where you are living even as such a time as this. It's not an accident. God brought us all here for a purpose. And when we own that thing, there'll be no room for comparison, because my hand cannot be comparing with my leg now. There is no room. We are all important. There's no room to see people outside and you're feeling inferior. You own your space. You're created to be this. Be it. They are created to be that. It's okay to shine. I'm happy for you, hand. I'm happy for you, leg. I'm happy for you, kidney. But I am going to remain a teeth or a tongue or esophagus. We are all important. I'm just using all these crazy, examples to let you know how important you are. So let us have that. Let it be a major takeaway. By the time you get this in your heart, whenever you see your friends, you feel like they're shining in something and you pepper them gang, just know that nobody can pepper you. Nobody can pepper you because you're important. Own your own space and begin to manifest and shine. So on this note, we have come to the end. I told you today is going to be the shortest. Tomorrow is the longest. We are going to be talking about personal values and beliefs. It's going to be the longest. And we have the link. We've already updated the website for you to download the worksheet. So tomorrow, the same time, we'll come back and then we'll talk about our values, how important values are, how values are the guiding principles of our lives, and why we should know our values and define them. I don't know if anybody has any question. We can take maybe 2 questions and then we can go. Please use the use the raise hand button if you have a question or a contribution. Okay. Please, Ayobami, kindly unmute and share.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Thank you for this opportunity. I've tried to work on my goals. This is not the first time, and I think I have a better clarity. But one thing I would like to ask is, the way you are guiding us through, my mind is going different directions. I don't know if it's peculiar to me. I'm a person of many things, many places. And I just feel like I'm trying to really narrow down my goal to one singular personal vision, or is it possible for me to have multi-vision? And how do I handle it in this kind of situation? Or I only try to focus on one at a time. I just wish you could just help provide some guidance in that respect.
Okay. Thank you so much. That question is not uncommon, especially when you're a creative. Like people like me, I'm also a creative. There are so many creatives, like you can do so many things. You want to do so many things. And it's not like you can't do it and you can do it well. The problem becomes, what should I focus on? Which one should I, because I have so many things that I want to do and I can do them. So what I would say is that there is always that one that is the glue that brings every other thing together. It's for you to be able to identify that thing. And when you write down all those different expressions of you, those different things that you want to do, just write them down. It's always good to think on paper. When you finish writing them down, ask yourself, what do I intend to achieve with this goal? What do I intend to achieve with the other one? At the end of the day, you'll find out that they may all be leading you to the same place. They may all be leading you to the same place. For me, a lot of people tell me, oh, you do a lot of things. I do a lot of things. But at the end of the day, everything that I do is all about inspiring and empowering people. That is it. But I've been able to find that glue that brings everything together. So, but it won't be like scattered in different directions, because you can't travel to different cities and locations at the same time. You have to find out that one place, that is center. I don't know if this makes any sense. Find out what you aim to achieve for each of these ones. With that, you have an idea of the big picture. Like I said, mine is all about inspiring and empowering people. So whichever way it comes, that is a big picture. So with that, you can be able to really narrow it down and know the one that will bring the most of the impacts that you want. We're going to be dealing with most of them as we get into the goal setting proper. You list all your options, and then you ask yourself, all these options that I have right now, which one is going to take me closest to this goal or to this vision? Then you pick on that one and begin to work with that. And then you can come back to the other ones. But you have to start with one thing, because we need focus. When you're working on different things, you're spreading your focus, and you cannot, do that one thing well because you're spreading your focus in different areas. Start one, focus on it, grow it, establish it, and then pick another one. Okay, we'll just take these three now.
Sorry,
You
can
want
I
to say?
just, yes,
Okay.
just, so basically what you're saying is that everybody should have a template, one template, which has to deal with your life vision, the legacy you want to leave, and where you're going. And just like you now, you say you want to inspire people. So every other different activities has to go through that template to be able to, bring out each product. That way, if you apply one template, which is the foundational thing, what you're here on earth to do, being able to sort that one out. Then when you're now applying every different activities, like maybe it might be going to the schools to talk to the children, it might be doing speaking engagements, which are the different offshoots that you can do. But if you have to pass it through the template. So what you talked about today is the template.
Yes. Yes. There are some opportunities that have come to me, and I look at my vision, my mission, my values. Does it align? I'll just say no. There's no, but when the opportunity comes and I look at it, okay, it might not be exactly what I'm doing, but it will ultimately lead to this. This is the vision. Then there is an opportunity there. But if it's completely taking me away from it, like somebody comes out and says, oh, we're doing network marketing, I'm not even tempted. I'm not interested. Anything that will remove my focus from my vision is not something that I get into. So that's why we need to have that big picture before we start setting goals in other things. Maybe by the time we finish this whole process, you now, begin to reconsider all the other plans that you have and all the other things that you want to do. You might just say, okay, this is high priority. This is really low. Maybe I can do it at a later time. Okay. Please let me take the remaining three and then we can go. Let me see.
Hello.
Jessica. Okay. Go on. After
Hello.
Jessica,
Can you hear me, ma?
Yes, I can hear you, Jessica.
Hello.
After Jessica,
Can
is
you hear me,
Harry.
ma?
Yes, we can. Loud and clear.
Okay.
Jessica, we
So my
can hear you.
question is about actually.
Go ahead, Jessica.
No, it's actually, it's not Jessica. I think somebody else is on the floor.
It's me. It's Oimbra Kemi, please.
Okay, go ahead, Oyimba.
It's Oimbra Kemi.
Oyimba Kemi. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so growing up, I always have this vision and the picture of my life already in my head. Putting it in words like in sentences is okay, but my challenge is, and how do let me just read out what I wrote here. I said, my vision is to live a life full of God's power, grace, and love, and to extend such same experience to every human I come in contact with. So now my challenge is, how am I writing my mission statement. I'm trying to gather my thoughts to see. Okay, so what is the mission statement for this now?
What you just shared to me sounds more like a mission than a vision. Because your
Oh,
mission, the vision is the big picture, what the outcome. So when you have that life of filled with God, what does it look like?
okay.
That is the vision. So what you just shared with me sounds like the mission. This is how you're going to accomplish this vision.
Okay.
So a life filled with God, in essence, what does it look like? That is the vision.
Okay. I'm just trying to captivate it in my head in words.
So I think that's just a question that you ask yourself. I heard a life filled with God, the essence of God. So to you, what does that life look like? What's the essence of God? And then a life that is filled with that essence, what will that life look like? That's the vision.
Okay.
Okay, so let me take Harry. I hope are you okay? Oyimbra Kemi.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
I'm not actually okay, but it's okay. But it's not calling me to go deeper than what I'm saying.
Okay, so let me help you a little.
Okay.
What's the essence of God? God is life. God is love. God is joy. Every good thing is in God. Healing, abundance, prosperity, protection. So a life filled with God is a life that is surrounded and filled completely with great things. A prosperous life, a healthy life, a beautiful life, an abundant life. That is the life filled with God. That's what the picture would look like. You're not free of
Okay.
sickness. There's abundance of it. So if that is the vision, then the mission is, how do I move from where I am now to get to this place? The mission, how do I live that life? How do I create that life? How do I constantly stay filled with that life? When you start asking yourself the things that you need to do, you mentioned you need to study more, you need to meditate more, you need to embody more of who God is. Now that's the mission. What you need to do to get to the vision is the mission.
Okay, that is like now you're now explaining the mission to me. It's clear, and you're explaining the mission. This is more or less to me is like the vision of the life. So now the mission follow up with what the actions I would take that will able to amount me to such a life. So
Okay.
you've answered my question. So it's okay. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's take Harry and then Jessica again.
All right.
Harry?
Good evening. I don't know if I'm loud
Yes,
and clear.
yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Thank you so much, Inspirational Ogog. I want to really appreciate and also appreciate Pastor IJ. Thank you for this session. I mean, it's priceless. If we're to pay for this, I know how much that will worth in our Nigerian currency. So I should start by saying thank you so much for, taking out of your time, your efforts, your skill, and the capacity to be able. In fact, I think this is just a fulfillment of your vision to inspire and to educate people. And we appreciate that. We don't take this for granted. I think somehow you answered my kind of cleared my confusion because by God's grace, we're like the first questionnaire asked were like different packs in one single package, like being able to do several things. But I think the challenge have been how do we collaborate all these to make it one single form to be our vision. Okay, you are for instance, maybe that would probably help me. You like helping people, you like being out there. Once you are in the center of a thing, for instance, you notice that it brings some form of life and inspiration. People get back inspired, loved, feel relaxed, and all that. And then so how to really put all this together and then make it a life vision, and then Yeah, mission. I think I kind of get cleared on that. Okay, what do I need to do? Like, okay, yeah, I need to meditate more because I can't give what I don't have. So if I'm going to dissipate God's kind of life, for instance, which everything we're talking about here, stems out of Him, I should be able to communicate more with Him. I should be able to have more of that, and that will only be through inspiration through His meditation, and then reading and all that. So I should be able to do that, and every other thing in between. So if you can throw more light again, kind of to maybe form more on that vision, I think I would really appreciate. And then secondly, the link for the tomorrow's worksheet. I don't know.
It's
I
out.
didn't really see that. I don't know if it's on
It's
the
out.
WhatsApp
It's out.
platform or on
It's
this platform.
okay. So let's start with the link. The link is here on this platform. Jenny, please post the link I shared with you this evening. You're still posting the link for yesterday.
Absolutely.
Yes, please share the link for tomorrow because this one has been revoked. There's no you can't use it anymore. Jenny, if you're still here, please post that link. Let me see. Okay, and then to answer the question, to answer your question, to attempt to answer it, what I would say is, like I said, people that are creative, they have so many things that they want to do. But also getting to that place of knowing that, okay, I'm not called to everyone. You talked about, just loving to help people. What kind of help? You need to define help. What is help? Because this is a clarity that we are looking for. You want to help people. Define the help. And then people, I want to help. Define the people because we are not called to everyone. We are not called to everyone. And the reason that a lot of people feel frustrated is they try to reach everybody. Everybody is not your audience.
That's right.
There are people, yes, there are people that you are called to. Even the Bible said that my sheep hear my voice and they follow me. When Jesus came, the whole world did not follow him. So define the help and then define the people. You see that you have just narrowed down the whole thing.
Okay.
Once you define that service that you want to give them, in business terms, they call it service or product. But because you sound more like a ministry person, you called it help. Define that help and then identify the people. You see that you just narrow everything down.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you. Okay, so we'll take Jessica now and then Esther. And our time is up. We may not be able to take more on the call, but we can ask our questions in the chat room, please, so that we let everybody go. 1 hour. 1 hour. Jessica, are you ready? After Jessica?
Yes.
Christopher.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I am.
All right. Please go on.
So my question is, or rather my confusion for the longest time has been, first of all, thank you so much for this time that you've taken out to just explain and inspire us. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So my confusion for the longest time has been, I know you said purpose is like we need to look within. It's probably something that comes naturally to you. I kind of know what that thing is that comes naturally to me, but my confusion in like really knowing what this purpose is, or what this thing that I was created to do is, or yeah, what this thing that I was created to do is, comes in because in my adult life, so to say, I don't know how best to put it, there's other things that I've grown to be passionate about, which I would like, or I'm pursuing passionately. So how then do I think it's almost similar to the first person that asked, and also I think Harry's question, how do you marry the two, or is it two or three, so that it becomes one thing that you are pursuing? I don't know if I'm making
Okay.
sense. I don't know
Yes.
if my question makes sense.
Yes, I
Yeah.
understand you. So you said something that, the purpose, your purpose is a thing that comes natural with you. Actually, it's not. What I said is a pointer. Those things that come natural to you is a pointer.
Oh, yes. You actually said it's a litmus test. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, is a pointer to those things because they come natural. God is not going to force us. I know that, yeah, we need to learn skills. We need to do this. We need to do, but the things that we need to succeed in life, God put it in us by default. It's inside of us. So, what I would say is that you still need to, flesh out everything. That's why just write down everything, all those things that you do naturally, just put it on paper. Because sometimes when we are thinking, we are not so clear. But once we start writing on paper, that's why coaching is amazing, because a coach will help you to think on paper. And at the end of the day, you see what you have written out. It gives you more clarity. So write down those things that you feel, okay, I'm really good at this and this, and now I'm passionate about this and this and this. When you look at it, you see if there's any way that it aligns. So this is something that you have to really spend time to do, because I don't know how to explain it, but it's an exercise that you need to do. Most times, the truth is that most times we don't take that time to think. And I want to believe that if you take that time to write all those things down, you will see that there is a connection between the two. Because if this comes natural with you, and then you're also passionate about doing, it might even be the skill and the natural tendencies you have that is empowering you to do this one that you're passionate about. So I don't know if this has answered anything at all, but it's a pointer. It's always a pointer. So we'll take the Mr. Christopher, and then Esther will be the last person. Then you can share on the WhatsApp. Mr. Christopher, are you on call?
Okay, thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you for this sharp delivery. My question is, how can one pioneer a network of like-minded leaders, that can stand out in helping people discover themselves and walk in that path?
Okay. So when it comes to pioneering a network, you have to have something in mind. You attract who you are, not what you want. You attract who you are, not what you want. So you first of all become, and as you become, people of like mind will you just naturally attract them. You meet them in events, you start conversations with them. That's how this network will start coming together. So if you're struggling with something, it's an indication that is either that this thing is not for you, or number two, you have not grown to have this thing. Like we always say that you cannot give a child, no matter how rich you are, you can't give a child a car, buy a car gift and give a child. You're going to kill the child. But the child can grow into that car. So you have to really become, and you attract, just write it. Just like success, you don't pursue success. You actually attract success by the person that you become. You have to be that success before it to come to you. You don't pursue it. So that's why it's wrong to say, oh, we're chasing money. It's so wrong. You can become a kind of person that money will be the one chasing you. So you talked about creating that network. Spend more time embodying that leader that you want to attract to a point that is so visible that the people around you begin to come to you. Okay, so I don't know if I answered your question, and
Yes, I think you hit the nail. Thank you
you.
very much.
Thank you. So Esther, you're our last questionnaire.
Good evening, Coach.
Good
It's
evening.
a pleasure being in
Same
this
here.
class. Thank you so much. You have really inspired me over the years, my children. I think you know this name. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Okay,
Thank you.
I want to ask a question that can age be a barrier for some people that just want to start?
Age, like is it that you feel like you're too old or too young?
Yeah, sometimes you want to do some things, you begin to think, oh, is it still okay to do it? Maybe in terms of age, this is our mentality. I just want, maybe it's an encouragement or something. For example,
Oh
let me
no.
speak for myself. As a child, I've always wanted to be a nurse, And
Okay.
somehow with the Nigerian system, it didn't work out. And I got married. I've done a lot of other things, but I still just feel that I would love to do that. And if part of it, I'm considering relocating and trying to pursue that. But sometimes you want to sound like last week I met a friend, we were just talking, say, at this age, is that the kind of thing you be thinking about? And it's not like, am I really on the right path? I don't know. I just
Oh,
want to.
so okay. So the question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want this dream of becoming a nurse? On a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay, well, maybe it depends on the environment now. I really don't know. That's like kind of confusion. Like you want to say, okay, what do I really want to do? Because to
Age,
an
age is
extent,
not a barrier. Age is not a barrier at all. Age is no barrier for anything. If you go and check out the stories of successful people, there are people that
so
started young, people started in their 80s, in their 70s. So age is not a barrier. If you really want to be a nurse, you can be a nurse if that's what you want. But the thing is, as long as you're looking at age, just know that 5 years will still come and go. And if you don't register in that nursing school, you'll not be a nurse. That 5 years,
yeah,
that 10 years will still come and it will go. And you'll still be
okay,
wishing that you did it 5 years ago or 10 years. Just start now if that is what is in your heart. Make
okay.
inquiries into the field if that is what you want. That's why I asked you the question, how much do you want it? Except it's just like one of those, except it's just a dream, because dreams and goals are not the same. So dreams are just open-ended. Anybody can dream, oh, I wish I can be a, but once it becomes a goal, then you put a deadline to it and you put action steps and you move. That is when it is a goal. So that's the difference between goals and dreams. Dreams, you just say, I wish one day I'll do this. I wish. There is no accountability. There is no deadline. There is no plan. It will not happen. It will not happen. It's a dream and it's okay. But once you change it and put a date where, okay, by this time, this will happen. And then you now put a step. Okay, I'm going to call this school. I'm going to go to this place. I'm going to make inquiry. I'm going to know how much the admission is. You're already in motion to accomplishing that dream or that goal. So on this note, let me just say a big thank you to everyone again for being here. Let me see. I think there is a question here on the call. Then we can go. And again, we have okay. I think I lost the question. Please, if you can just share the question on the chat room, then I'll be able to answer it. Thank you all so much for being here today. I hope it's been helpful. Please okay. I hope it's been impactful and it's been helpful. So tomorrow we'll come again. Tomorrow we'll talk about personal values and your belief. You might just discover that you have a limiting belief that is making you not to take actions. So identify those limiting beliefs And then we'll share strategies on how you can change the limiting beliefs and it becomes empowering beliefs, and you begin to pursue that thing with, everything that you have. But as you go, just take this particular thing away. You are important. You are vital to the working of this continent, the working of your community. You are so important. Without you bringing what God has put in you, we will not be complete. The world will not be complete at all. And there is no need for comparison. There is no need for envy or jealousy. Everybody has something to bring to the table. So don't worry, we are going to deal with that self-esteem tomorrow. We're going to find out why you have that self-esteem. You will discover that it's a belief, it's a negative limiting belief. And once you identify that belief, you see how it will just disappear. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Tomorrow, please, you can just share the link, invite one person to join. This is free and this is really going to help a lot of people. You can share the link and invite someone. God bless you all. See you tomorrow. Let me stop recording.